Welcome to the locker, episode 23 of season 5. I think it's actually episode 24 because I think Van did the one before. Van is running a little late. And this ain't a Van thing. It ain't a Van thing. I honestly believe that we may have to take the off seasons off just like everybody else. I work in the school system, so I travel a lot during the summer. We got kids leaving the house. So Van is available for the next, I don't know how many minutes, but I told him I don't do the solo thing. But I will entertain your thoughts. Van always thinks his information is important. I can debunk everything Van says. That's how we started this whole podcast. Van said, I'm going to do this. Van, I'm going to do this. But Van seems to think his answer is right. Neither one of us can go out there and prove it. We both proved it on the field. So we are here. And this is how the podcast came about. He would tell me, so-and-so should have did this. Well, he can't tackle a guy one-on-one if you don't think you can get tackled. I always feel like a Division I receiver, running back should not get tackled one-on-one. He's saying the safety should have made that tackle. The corner should have made that tackle. So that's how it comes to be. And so talking about it solo is just kind of you giving how you feel. And I can build you guys up to believe, I can build you up to believe whatever I feel. But even most time I work in, discussing what happened in UK game or whatever happens. I like to ask for your input and see how, you feel like why it happened. Now, mind you, most of the people who follow some of you probably were, and I know for a fact some of these people that watch the show are D1 athletes or have been D1 athletes. But they also should recognize, too, you get beat sometimes. So, with that being said, until Van, he's going to be available at some point. But I just wanted to point out that he's taking care of duties. We started this show because of our banter. That's how it got started. So, I don't want no heat on him. We don't charge nobody, Van, whatever. We don't want to charge nobody. So appreciate the fact that he jumped on. We're a little bit late because I don't like doing the solo thing. Van don't mind doing the solo thing. I don't like doing the solo thing. But I'm doing the solo thing. So we are going to start off on Carter Hall. The comments are already coming in. Vandergrift turns out to be good. This team is going to be tough to beat. Carter Hall, I don't disagree with that. I mean, obviously, there's no reason to disagree with that. But if Vandergrift can hand the ball off into Chip and Demi's stomach, and apparently Jason Patterson, if he can get the ball to those guys, I'm saying I just want you to be efficient. And Carter Hall, you are a big fan of Dusty Bonner. You always bring up Dusty Bonner. Dusty Bonner was my quarterback. Dusty Bonner was my guy. Still is my guy. TC, my number one dude. Then Dusty Bonner. Then Tom Brady. Then what's the dude that works on ESPN? Hasselbeck, Matt Hasselbeck. Then he's fourth. Like I done played with some folks, man. Well, Kurt Warner's somewhere in between it. But my thing is Carter Hall is that I do think Vandergrift has to manage. Dusty Bonner led us to a 6-5 season after Tim Couch led us into a 7-4 season. Only difference in those seasons were Dusty Bonner's year we lost to Louisville. We were 4-4 in the SEC both years. Now we got mopped by Georgia down in Georgia. We got mopped. I ain't never been beat. In high school, I got beat that bad once. But in college, well, no. Yeah, we did get beat by Florida pretty good. We were in there with Tennessee. But Georgia, we had no offense, and it was all them. It was all gas, no breaks. So if Vandergrift does good, I think is a plus. If Vandergrift does average, I think does average because I do think that that Devin Lear underachieved off of what I expected from him. I think he underachieved. All I wanted to do was convert on third downs. I thought he could make all the throws, process and see all the throws. which he didn't do. Now, hold on. Before you get on me or you get on Vandergrift, I'm not certain it was Vandergrift because you call plays that people can run. When I played with Tim Couch, on third down, we called a huddle. Hal Mummy asked Tim. He asked the receivers, what route do you think you can get? That's hell. Sometimes he asked me. I'm like, man, the backer can't check me. So if we need 3 yards, give me an option route on the backer. Same thing with Dusty. And now if that was happening with Will Levis, or if Devin Leary last year, if that was happening with Devin Leary last year, I would be surprised. Because Devin Leary came out of a lot of those snaps looking like, all right. Because it should be a go-to on third and medium, third and short or third and medium. It should be a snap, and it should be a decisive throw within a couple seconds. It ain't no third or fourth read. You shouldn't have a third or fourth read on the third and medium or third and short. There shouldn't be. You should automatically know where you're going because it's such a detrimental down. Let me get back to the comments because I don't want to go off on a tangent. Van is coming on soon. Hold on. Damn. All right. So since Van is, I don't see no picture yet. Michael Durrett wants to know, is the defense going to be elite or maybe Stoops' best defense? Hey, I'm gonna wait for Van expertise. I ain't gonna say it can't be. The depth and everything you need is there. We've been saying that for the past couple years. But the depth have actually been growing. Hold on. Let me get Van in here, man. I'm trying to keep up with these doggone comments. I can't host and talk and keep the comments myself. Hold on. Let me get Van's tail in here. Man, Van, they clamoring for you. I don't know why. I don't have a. You need a mic check?
Am I glitchy?
Tad bit. I don't see it. You seem like you might be delayed.
Oh, Lord. All right. Well, what's the question? Then I ask a question and I'll hop back on again.
Answer this question immediately, and I don't know if you delayed or not. Is your name Van Hiles?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You good. We good to go. Right. So I hope you ain't listened to the first half of the show, man, because I just told him, man, your thought process ain't shit compared to me. So you just think you're right all the time. So you just sound better.
No one thinks I'm right all the time. Trust me, I've been married for almost 25 years.
Right? Well, your wife think you right all the time? No,
she doesn't. So I know I'm not right all the time.
So shit, I don't know why you surround yourself with me. Anyhow, man, is the defense going to be elite, or is this Stoops' best defense at KY?
Wow.
Hold on. Before you answer, I do want you to remember that defense that had Mike Edwards and what was it? Man,
Josh Allen.
7, huh?
Josh Allen, Beatty, Big Q, Calvin Taylor.
No, I'm talking about the DB room. I'm talking about our defensive fronts have always been pretty nice.
Okay.
Our questions has always been a DB room. But when we had what's the big ass DB we had for the Texans?
We had Beatty, Chris Westry, and Lonnie Johnson.
Lonnie Johnson was one. Yeah, but then we had like 2 or 3 safeties. Now that might have been one of the best defenses we had. That might have been one of the best defenses we had.
Nah, that shh between us two. The 2 inside linebackers were just okay. Shh. I didn't say that.
And if you can hide them,
see,
that's a hard position to hide.
And listen to me. And this is why I think this defense didn't have their best year last year. This defense has to have an anchor. And last year was the first time in a long time. Remember this one? We were doubting this one.
Yo, boy.
Yeah, we was doubting this one for a minute, but when he became a starter, he showed his ass. You know what I'm saying? So he showed up. last year was the first time where it wasn't a strength, and it came back to hunt us. Big Q is the most underrated star defensive player in the Stoops era.
In the Stoops
I
era,
didn't
you
say
said.
he's the best. Underrated.
In Stoops era. Okay.
In the Stoops era.
I can't argue right now. I can't argue right now.
Hey, Anthony, I'm gonna get off and get back on.
All right. Well, all right. Well, you know we only got the 10.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's coming out your paycheck. It's coming out your paycheck. All right. So Van gonna have some dues to pay. Yep, that one with Beatty, Johnson, Westry, Edwards. Oh man, that boy was thick. And like I said, the front line was good. Hey, like he said, if you got solid linebackers, you good. Just be where you got to be and make tackles. Like if you think about it, man, when people watch, and I'm gonna go all the way back, like, and I know Van can probably appreciate, but when you watch Jeff Snedeker play. Jeff Snedeker didn't blow you off the check. Like, oh, look at him. Man, that dude was making every tackle. Like, he was tackling you, the person with the ball. He didn't care. He was running through everybody. And we also played with a dude named Mike Schnellenberger, which is middle linebacker. And I went against him all the time in scout team. I consider myself to be a pretty decent running back. And Snelly was always there, nose up, every time. I said, I'm a short, stocky little white dude. Like, I knew he wasn't playing the NFL, but every time I had to do like whatever his play was, he was there. I don't know why you looking over your shoulder, man. Somebody in your kitchen.
No, I'm trying to get. I'm not in my office. I'm trying to see if I can get this background right. The lighting is horrible. But
hey, if you got those type of issues, you probably don't need no background. We're good.
Yeah, I know.
They know your crib.
Yeah, but you just called Sned small. Sned was not small, man. Sned had to be about 6'1", 6'2".
Snellenberger?
Yeah.
You say he was what?
6'1"?
Mike?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who are you talking about? Not Snedeker.
I'm thinking of Snedeker.
I said Snedeker, then I also said Schnellenberger.
Okay. Yeah, no, Mike
or Schellenberger, not Schnellenberger, Schellenberger.
Schellenberger had to be about 5'10".
5'10", 5'11".
Yeah.
Man. But I'm saying every time I ran, like whenever I went to get some scout team, he was annoying. Like he was always there. You know what he reminded me of? He reminded me of it was
Marty Moore.
No, what's the dude? Marty Moore is big though. What's the dude name that played for was what you call it, the Rams with you from Cleveland.
Yeah, he was in my same class.
London Fletcher.
London Fletcher.
Yeah, that's a London Fletcher little ass was.
Yeah,
London Fletcher was athletic and played hoops.
Yeah,
but Mike was, I'm telling you, man, Mike but he was a nice guy though. But I was like, man, why this short white dude staying with me? Like, shit, he read his key. I cut back. Bow. I'm like, damn.
Mike was Clark Kent Monday through Friday and became Superman on Saturday.
Yeah, Mike could play. So,
Mike. Hey, but Mike was bigger than what you think. Mike was bigger than Fletcher. He was bigger than London, size-wise.
Size-wise, yeah. And that should come with slow downness. That should come with slowness.
This is the crazy thing, because now I'm gonna become racist for a second. I played with two of the slowest white boys in the history of linebacker.
Well, Van's froze again. Yeah, he's froze. So back to what we were saying. He'll be back. Hopefully. Let me see. Yeah, he'll be back. So I do think this is gonna be one of the best defenses we have. And everybody who's commenting on defense, JD, Bush, Carter Hall was asking a little bit about offense. Stephen C. I think, and this is what I said on Sunday, like our defense has always been cold. And whoever made the comment that we're gonna go wherever Vandergrift go, I mean that's obvious. Like if he turned out nice, then we gonna be nice. But our defense has always been cold, so us having a good defense ain't a big deal. Now us having just Ray Davis last year, us the year before really having a BS offense. Year before that, just having pretty much just Wandale and Will. If Vandergrift does what he does this year, now I tell you what, we got to give Bush some time. But if Bush comes in and does what I think he's going to do with tempo, personnel, manipulating defenses, he going to be on that Eddie Grand line. But Mark Stoops is at the point where he got to listen to him. Where he at was Eddie Graham was like Eddie Graham was on borrowed time. Like he looking over his shoulder, motherfucker, this decision you make better be right. But Eddie Graham was hitting him, bam, he was bullseye. That's some hard pressure to be under. That's why I don't nobody want to coach under you. So I think Bush came under with the same mindset. I think he got the same scheme that Eddie Graham has. Not scheme, but same mindset. Like, give me the personnel, I'll give you the package, I'm gonna run the play. And because our defense, we have no I don't know. We ain't had no questions about our defense. What, Van, about the past 6 or 7 years, as far as competing in this conference.
I would say last year was the first year.
What?
No. I'm just thinking about me. You saying me. I think last year was the first year where I was like, ooh, the secondary might be issue at corner. Last year was the first time where I was like, like
I'm talking about defense as a whole.
Oh no, defense.
There's no way.
Yeah, no. When you're here's the thing. When you're front 5 to 6, since we're in a 3-4, when the middle of your defense is as good as we have been year after year after year, you're gonna have a good defense. And I'm just gonna say this: that defense last year was an outlier. And what happened last year was the first time that we have had injury problems at corner. I don't think you go back. I don't even think in the Stoops era where we had to go to our fourth corner to play meaningful time, like important time, not just garbage time or just a sub in for a play or so. But we had to go to number 4 a lot last, number 5 a lot last year, and I think that's what hurt our pass defense.
I talked to Stu. Cobby Cobb, and I don't think he said it to Stu. I don't think he said it to Stu. I said, Stu, man, I delivered a message with new cat told me send your message to you, Jackson, and he said, all right. And I talked to Stu past couple of days, he ain't say nothing. So I don't think Denies Jackson. I don't think he relayed the message I sent to him on Sunday morning. So I don't know where we're gonna go from here. We got to go back to the questions.
And ask about the running back room.
Like Tennessee, State. You say what?
And ask about the running back room.
She just asked me. I hate regurgitating stuff. You heard this on Sunday morning, and she heard Ballward tell him. Ballward told him gonna be chip trainer. Demi Sumo Karnbay, and Jason Patterson. And you know Jason Patterson, well, he's been here for a minute. But,
Anthony, what happened to Wilcox?
You done played college football before, man.
What happened to Wilcox?
You remember Jay Parks?
Yeah.
Jay Parks was cold. Cold. Why don't nobody else know who Jay Parks is?
Hey, Jay, if you're watching this show, these are the opinion and viewpoints of Anthony White alone.
It comes up all the time. It comes up all the time when I see Jay. When people talking about, man, so-and-so, everybody, man, Jay said he played running back with you, man. He was better than – they don't say he said it's better than me. I say, yeah, Jay. Shit, Jay probably would have been in front of me. That joker was different. But you know, I guess that's part of staying in state too, and playing ball in state.
Anthony, here's some that I don't think people know, that people get. This ain't my Wi-Fi though, JD. This is what.
Why you keep looking down? Hold on, Van. Before you go any further, you got to stop looking down like that and look down like you're rolling a blunt or something.
Oh no, I'm just that's my
spirit, man. You look like you keep looking down like the homie when
you look. So
somebody like, man, Van over
so
there.
I'm gonna look up. That playing college football, not college football, playing college sports is hard because most guys and girls, when they come from their high school, they come in being the best player, not only on their team, probably one of the best players in that area. So sometimes some of these kids get away with just being athletic. Now they got to move away from home. You got people who are just as good as you. There's more things pulling at you. Some kids just can't. It's the ability to adapt is huge, and people take that for granted. There are a lot of people who come to college. I'm gonna say this about track and field a lot. There are a lot of people who don't get better in track once they get to college because it's different. It's different, y'all. And I know people harp on like why ain't such and such developed? He sucks. Like he's terrible. They said he's gonna be this and that, and he sucks. It's not the suck, man. There are so many other factors to being a really good student athlete on the next level that if you haven't been in it, it's hard to explain. And some people just can't adapt. And the ones who adapt the fastest are the ones who play the fastest and become whatever they are aspiring to be. But there are some people who just can't get over that first hurdle, man.
That also comes to do with support, man. Like you said,
yeah.
I mean, and I'm talking about support from the family. Like stick in there, and support from the coaching staff. Like, man, we're gonna get you some extra reps so you can see the field. And because if you don't see the field, you liable to turn around and get on up out of here, man. We did talk about on Sunday, man. When they talking about Jamarion Wilcox. And, you know, he's expected to be that dude. And I'm like, man, come on, man. And this is the I ain't gonna say what I was saying.
You're on the locker, bro. You're on the locker. You can't be
because this ain't nobody. No, because this personal business about the players. This ain't nobody's business. Nobody.
Okay. Yeah. No.
If it comes out, then I reiterate on it.
I feel you. Yeah.
It ain't no reason for it to come out. But I'm just saying that Jamarion, somebody needs to be in his corner telling him, hey, you got to do the right. Like the dude can obviously play. And that's why I brought up Jay Parks. Like if you don't do all the things you got to do, you just not going to be here. But there's also those coaches who want to see you play. And that's why I asked Bower, we was talking about Darian Brown on returning kicks. So he's special teams coach. You know, he's talking about all those things. He's like, you know, they got to set up different ways for him because the dude's electric. They doing him like they did Derek Abney. Like they used to talk about how they set punt returns to Derek Abney. Like, hey, this is an offensive play. Like make your block just like we expect them to make it. It ain't this special teams. Let's just push it on. And that's why Derek Abney had what he had. But I said, man, we got to get short on here. I was like, man, because if this wide receiver room don't make no progress. Man, them dudes, this is a junior year. This is a money-making year. They can't show up next year. Now, Berrien returns punts, and he's lighting the ass or whatever. So is, what's your boy from Alabama that played for the Eagles?
Oh, from Louisiana.
Why you know what I'm talking
Smith.
Devontae Smith.
Devontae.
Yeah, so he's lighting the ass. I don't know how small he is in comparison to Berrien.
He's smaller, I think.
Oh, really? Well,
dude,
you gotta
Devontae.
You gotta really be special, to get to that next level. So I'm saying, where we're trying to go to, everybody's saying, if Vandergrift is right, then we gonna be nice. Because we talked about on Sunday, and I'm trying to get on the bandwagon, but I don't want to keep putting my neck out there. If if we only lose, and I'm not saying I expect it, if we only lose in Austin and lose to Georgia at home, Georgia at home ain't a good loss, but it ain't a bad loss because it's Georgia.
Okay. I'm about to say.
So that means you beat Tennessee at Tennessee and Florida at Florida, and you should have won all the other games you're supposed to win.
And Ole Miss at Ole Miss.
I mean, that's what it was. It was Tennessee at Tennessee and Ole Miss at Ole Miss. But I mean, Tennessee at Tennessee, Ole Miss at Ole Miss, and Florida at Florida in one season.
In one season.
Woo! Sure. And if you only, so I'm just like, so they got to do some work. But my whole point is everybody's saying fall on Vandergrift. Vandergrift needs somebody to catch the ball. He also needs some protection. And it seems like we got some protection. Eli Cox is up for some awards. I think he's going. The crazy thing, Van, here's the other crazy thing. We got two offensive linemen that started last year. Well, we got at some point we got two offensive linemen that started last year. Dylan Ray started for quite a bit, which means you thought he was going to settle into that role. We brought Cortland Ford in to plug a hole, and I don't think either one of them going to start this year. Now that is depth, but if they work out where they work out, then they work out where they work out. If they don't, you catch anything I said. Apparently Van is out.
No.
Dane 210?
Just keep talking. Let's keep talking.
He could be 210. I don't know.
Dude,
210?
He looked big on he looked like he put on some weight on one of those videos.
210?
Now I don't know about two.
That's a big boy, man.
Yeah, he's like 6'4".
He may have though.
He's like 6'4".
As long as he keep his speed,
6'4", right?
Care. Yeah.
Is he 6'3" or 6'4"?
Tweenish. But it's still,
okay, so,
I'm saying 210 is still solid.
Yeah, that ain't that big if you 6'3". Right?
That's about, I think Jimmy Robinson was like 208, 210, about 6'3".
Okay.
And Jimmy Robinson was put together.
Right.
I'm not saying I ain't saying he ain't. Rodriguez left the team today? Or are you saying
I didn't see that.
He got hurt?
Oh yeah. He medically retired. He ain't leaving. He left because he had injury issues.
The tight end or the offensive lineman?
The offensive lineman, Paul.
Okay. Huh. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Look, man. Anthony. What about the wide receiver? It can't be worse than it was last year. It just can't. The amount of drops. Dane Key's strength coming in here was his hands.
Possession.
So, exactly. So I'm gonna say last year was just one of those years. You just have a period where you just can't get out of that funk. So I don't expect him to make drops. If Shorts can make Barry and Brown, I don't know the word I want to use.
A route runner is what you want to say?
No. We ain't gotta make him because he ain't gonna ever be a route runner. What was the
Why the hell are you lining up receiver then?
No. Dude, Ted Ginn Jr. couldn't run no routes either. You can't tell me Ted Ginn Jr. was the best route runner, not even the top half route runners in the NFL when he was playing. He made all that money. Right?
I think he had a little bit more than I think he was about where where Lynn was at. I think he was about where Lynn was at. I don't think he was burying it. Go ahead.
No,
I ain't gonna hold you up.
No, so you saying no? Because you see, I don't see burying as much. I just see him on games, and that's kind of hard to judge because you don't get the best angle to see all his routes. You saying Lynn Bowden was a better technician than Barry Brown? Because if you're saying that, that's a problem.
I think he can get in and out of breaks, and use his body. And I think it's because of the size. I think like Yeasty is a different story at that side. of that weight. I ain't gonna say size, but I just think like he can get in, use his body. Like Berrien, have you ever seen Berrien run a route and use his body to control leverage? Like if he breaks it off and is there, but a lot of times if you like Craig can separate, like Craig's quickness, and I ain't not saying Berrien don't have that quick. Craig can separate and catch the ball, so your hands is not on him. Berrien can't get hands off of him like at any point. Like so, if you're running around, if you that damn quick, when you come out your break, get the hands off you by slapping them, by pushing them, by quickness, by body movement. And that's why, and that's where I think Lynn is strong enough that when he breaks his route off, his snap and his snap to the ball is different. And Ben, I'll give you this much. It could have been the quarterbacks. It may not even been the receiver. It could have been the quarterbacks. I mean, it could have been the receiver's expectation. Ben's frozen. So I'm going to continue to talk. Carter Hall says they have Berrien at 184 and Dane at 210. That's fine. Could be. I ain't going. If he had 210, he does what he has to do, and Berrien's at 180, they do what they got to do. That's fine. I know what I listed myself as. I might have listed myself at 205 at some point, and I was 189. Not saying they don't. Not saying they, but the players a lot of times can't. It's not like the NFL where they list you because you got gambling and betting. Well, shit, we do got gambling betting going on now. Oh, crap. I ain't think about that. I don't know. Those numbers could be right, but you can tell by the game certain people, like Mo Williams at 189 look a whole lot different than Benny Snell at 225, 215, whatever Benny Snell played at. Like you can compare Mo Williams and Benny Snell all day. Mo Williams is only 180 something, 190, I think 193 at the high. So if you comparing Benny Snell, you comparing Mo Williams. Mo Williams was a stretched out 6'1", 193. Benny Snell was a 5'10", 215, 220-ish. And they both physicality was the same. So, okay, if you put Berrien at 182 and he run around rag down, that's fine. You can listen whatever you want to. When you line up next to him, when I line up next to you and you see that ass back there real light, you get a peek back there, that mutton, that derriere, kind of small back there, petite. Then you gonna get physical. Now
you're gonna get busy.
Or you could just look small and just get quick on like Yeasty do. Just get quick. Happy birthday, Tim Couch speaking. Happy birthday to the GOAT.
Happy birthday, TC. Now here's the deal, Anthony. Before my Wi-Fi doesn't want me to be great again.
Need to borrow some money, man. Need to talk to HR, man. We got to make this show go on, man.
See, we haven't talked about this. I'm at track nationals again. This is that time of year. We're at nationals. We're at Junior Olympics. Here's the deal. Shorts is going to earn its keep by the development of Berrien Brown. It ain't Dane Key. Dane Key toolbox has stuff in it already. And here's the biggest thing for me with Berrien Brown is I learned this a long time ago. And this is in all sports. So youngsters, if you play basketball, if you play football, if you play soccer, when you're on the offensive side, you never go full speed. You got to save a little bit of that for when you need it. So no wide receiver runs routes at 100%. They run about that 85 to 90 range, so then you can get in and out of your breaks. If you're trying to run, let's say, here's the greatest thing about this, and this is something that people need to understand with speed. If I got great speed, my 90% is faster than most people's 100%. So why do I need to go 100% to get in and out of these breaks? Let me dial it down to about 80 and 90. Here's the part that hurts a DB's spirit. When you're running with him and you think he's running around 100%, then all of a sudden he kicks in that edge of here and you can't do nothing about it because you're running 100 and he's running 90, and you say, "Oh Lord, he's taking every step. He's getting about 3 inches on me. Now he's at a yard. Now he's at 2 yards. Now I hope that quarterback underthrow this because if he throw it on time, it's done." Barry Brown doesn't understand how to run routes. And the thing about running routes ain't got nothing to do with, oh, I got to run an out from 10 to 12. It's the ability to have body control and body awareness. I don't think Barry Brown has either one. And once he figures out how to be aware of his body, is that when he will become great. The same thing at corner. That's the one thing that I had. If you want to, I had body awareness. I knew what I could and couldn't do. Now, some people think they can do everything. If you honestly,
T Woods was cold with that. Like T Woods was up there with Dion. Like, look, I can, man. Okay, what? Man, come here.
That's so. That's the. I think. I feel like from when I see Barry Brown runs routes, he doesn't run them composed. And when you run them out of control, those are the times where a DB like myself will undercut you, because I know you can't run. If that route's supposed to be 10 to 12, you're going to be more than 10 to 15. And the quarterback is throwing it at 10 to 12. I'm not worried about the 15 part. I know where the quarterback wants to throw it at. I'm going to bisect that little angle. I'm going to get it. Because now that it happened to one of them, I can't remember the game it happened to. I'm like, dude, that's not the quarterback's fault. That's Barry Brown's fault. So this is Short. Short earns his keep. He's already shown he can recruit. If Barry Brown becomes a better route runner, he ain't got to be great. He just got to be average. He has earned his keep.
Yeah, so this is why I go back to what I said, and you articulated exactly what I said, what I meant. So Yeasty can break inside, boom, and speed up like his inside look like a post or a slant. I'm not a post, but a drag or a slant. Right. Boom, he a post straighten you up. Boom, boom, he hauling ass again like he might be going vertical. Boom, hauling ass again like he going corner. He might break it down, he might turn it up, or it might just. But every time he come out of his break, he hauling ass like his body control. And that's how Lynn wasn't on Yeasty's level, but Lynn could get into a boom, come out of it like, I think he's sprinting, so let me get on top. Like every time he come out of a break, you feel like, let me get on top. I don't think Barry runs any routes like that. I think when he runs a comeback, a curl, a stop, is all fast. I'm waiting for the ball. Like he can't run fast. He can't run medium like you said, because you got so much speed in the tank. Let me haul ass, throttle down, get the DB to think, then haul ass again. But I'm talking about Yeasty and Bowden them can come to a stop, like not a complete stop, but a hezzy, and hit full speed right again. And I don't think Barry, he may have it, but if he does, Short needs to bring it out of him. That's what he needs to show on the next level.
Yeah, you can't run routes the way Barry Brown is running. Your complete route tree except the 9 route and the 7 route. Like you go 9, 8, 7, he can run those full speed without having to run them under control. But all your digs, all your comebacks, your deep outs, your curls, you have to be able to. And here's another thing that Barry Brown doesn't do the best job is dropping his center of gravity. And I'm like I said, when Shorts comes here, well, not when he comes here, with Shorts introduction to these guys, I think we're gonna see Barry Brown lower center of gravity. You ain't never seen Barry Brown lower center of gravity on any intermediate route, ever.
Yeah.
And if you can't lower your center of gravity, you can't break. So
we played that speed game his whole life. You can get away with that in high school.
Exactly.
But whatever.
And, speed, and Barry Brown ain't the fastest guy in the world. He's very fast for football. They got DBs just as fast in him. When you go to the NFL combine, watch. There gonna be some DBs run 4.3s, just like he does. He ain't no 4.1 guy who like there's nobody as fast as him. So.
JD wants to know who's the best athletes on the field. Van said, wide receivers or DBs. You said it ain't running backs, apparently. And the NFL are doubling down on that because they're acting like they're not that important. Van, it has to be wide receivers, Van. In that argument, it has to be wide receivers.
That's tough, man.
It ain't tough. I know you're gonna be on some bullshit. It ain't tough.
I would say yeah, it'll be because some states
because yeah, y'all gonna break on the ball. You doing just they trying to manipulate your coverage, your leverage. They trying to, but they still got to catch the ball and be worried about hit. Y'all ain't worried about nothing. You not worried about nothing. Only thing you worry about is getting ran by. That's it.
We got to come up and play run support. And we got to run backwards. And we got to beat the ball at the highest point.
So receivers don't have to block.
You know, damn Anthony.
I'm saying they don't have, but our DBs don't come up and run support. I can show you a YouTube video that's viral right now. Come on, man. Don't do it like that. Don't do it like that.
I'm gonna call it even Steven. I'm gonna call it even Steven.
Here you go. But I will tell you this, man, for them people that make them arguments that Van said that DB or running back running backs easier to play than DB.
I didn't say that.
The one person that had done it on the college level.
Yeah. You don't. You want.
They had to borrow me. They had to borrow me from DB to go play running back because they feel like, hey, they got enough people over there that can do that. Otherwise,
because I don't like what I said is running back is the easiest transition from high school to college. If you can tote the rock in high school on a high level, you can tote the rock in college.
That's all I was saying. Agree with you. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
So the only thing the biggest thing running backs have to adjust to is blitz pickup. If you are smart enough to pick up blitzes as a freshman, you can tote that rock. You will be a 3-down back if you can tote that rock.
Right.
So now, if you can't, they'll just take you off on 3rd down. They'll put the guy who's been in the system for 3 years, who know how to pick up, who know blocking schemes, and know if the quarterback makes a check that they're gonna slide to a guy, and they slide. I got to come. That's a whole nother level of intellect for running back.
Right.
But for running back on 1st and 2nd down, if they just gonna have them tote the rock, dude, there's only 6. Well, there's and technically 6 gaps. You tell the dummy run through A gap, B gap, C gap. The quarterback ain't even got. Quarterback can go X90, 26, 355, tight end, blah blah blah. Run back be like, what I do? Quarterback say go to B gap. Be like, I got you. That's how simple it is for running back to the run game. So that's all I'll say. No, every position in college is hard, but that's the easiest one to transition to from high school to college by far.
Before we get up out of here, man, and we get up out of here, got somewhere to be. Like promptly after this show ends, I got somewhere to be. Before we get up out of here, everybody talking about JJ Weaver. Is JJ Weaver on the thing where we expect a big year out, and we expected a big year out? This year he has to have a big year because that defense is going to be so nice. You on your 6th year, 6th finger, 6th year. You have to. Like, you don't want to be the reason that our defense ain't balling. Is there any point that if JJ Weaver don't get it done, that we gotta move along and look to the future because this defense is so good and got so much depth? Or do we just got to play JJ Weaver? And you had a defensive coordinator like that. You play with a defensive coordinator like that. Loyalty is to the guy who puts in the work. Now, he put in the work, but if you're not progressing, that's my thing about all of them. Dane, Barry, JJ. Well, you see on the offensive line, those guys that started last year to move to the back of the line. Yeah. Like, if you're not putting in the work, JQ.
I'm going to say this real quick.
And we gone after that.
This is when unselfishness should come in. Josh Paschal, to me, is equivalent to JJ Weaver in a little bit. I know JJ Weaver ain't gonna do this, but JJ Weaver needs to put his hand in the ground and let Fabry and Afari man those outside linebacker positions, if you ask me. Because I'm not sure that JJ Weaver, he's gonna have to show me this season that he is athletically capable enough of playing in space. And in this defense, unless you're going to be a true jack and be able to bend that corner like Josh Allen, which to me made our defense better because you knew who your jack linebacker was. We don't have a jack again, so therefore it ties Brad White's one hand behind his back a little bit because he doesn't have a true jack. Right. So to me, because what I saw from Fieldbury towards the end of last season, I'm like, he can be the jack. He can be that. I don't want to say he's not Josh Allen, but he can be a jack linebacker. Okay. So in my opinion, if JJ Weaver can't make JJ Weaver 4-eye, he's long enough, he's big enough where he can take on that 4-eye. The good thing about it, he's going to have two other guys opposite him with either Silver and Big Dion or Silver and Saunders or Silver and Ox, where you got to put your hand in the ground, son. Now, do you stand him up to start the game? Sure. But he's going to have to rotate down and put his hand in the ground because Tyrese Fieldbury, I think, has earned the right to play. And we know Alex Afari, he's earned the right. You can't keep those two guys off the field because you got to play a sixth guy because this is his 6th year. So for me, Weaver's got to get comfortable putting his hand in the ground. And if he does that, look, man, he can make more money being a 4-eye hybrid kind of guy than being an outside linebacker. Because I'm just telling you, he is not, since these last 2 years since he had his injury, he is not athletic enough to play out in space. If you can't play out in space in the SEC, you damn sure can't play out in space in the NFL. So that to me is how I feel about that.
And that's all I have to say about that in my Forrest Gump voice. Got to get up out of here. Got an appointment at 10:15.
Sorry, y'all for the Wi-Fi.
So, like, subscribe, share, follow. I'm going to Media Day Friday, Van. We'll talk about that. Okay. Maybe we can do an exclusive on Sunday. We might do exclusive on Sunday. We can do that because I'm going Friday. I'm going to see what's going on there. I'm going to see for myself how big some of these people is that's talking about what they is when they ain't what they is, if they is what they is. But like, subscribe, share, follow. Show back up next week. We will be here, hopefully on time. And don't know it ain't no. Hey, we got private lives. We try to do it through the off season. We might have to cut the off season out just like the regular sports. Come back next week, and we'll be back with episode 24.